What's up, guys? Jeff here with Grit City Fitness and Performance, and today I want to talk to you about a few tips and lessons that I learned from a game of golf yesterday. Now, these lessons don't just apply to fitness. They apply to all aspects of life, including business, including your family, including your fitness, and whatever your goals inside of that are. This applies to it all. So if you're used to just watching my fat loss tips, this is a life tip or life tips. So let me dive right in. Golf is a very fun sport. It's a very basic sport. You get to carry around 14 clubs. Okay. Your goal here, if you've never played it, is to hit a golf ball from a tee box and put it in a little tiny hole anywhere between 200 to 500 yards out. So let's dive right in. First tip: focus on the target. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes that we make inside of life and inside of our goals, inside of all goals, including fitness, inside of work, inside of finances, inside of, our families, we have broad general targets. What that means is you're basically thinking about your goals are more like a driving range versus a golf course. When I say a golf course, you are sitting in a tee box and you're hitting to a flag stick that's anywhere between 200 to 500 yards out. You know exactly where you need to put that golf ball, and there's no going any other way besides there. Right? So you're focusing all your energy and effort to take that golf ball to that little pin that's about the size of this. This is how big the hole is. And you're shooting for that hole from anywhere between 200 to 500 yards out. Unlike a driving range where you just go and hit balls to a general area. With your goals, with all your goals, with anything you want to accomplish in life, you need to have a specific focus. Just like if I'm on the 18th hole of the golf course, I'm shooting for that pin. Okay? So focus specifically on that goal. Second thing, enjoy the process. Enjoy the game. Luckily yesterday I played this the smart way, but typically when I would go play golf, I would have some good holes and then I'd have some bad holes. And the bad holes would then outweigh the good holes. I'd then get pissed off at myself because I swung like shit, I didn't play right, all this stuff. But the end goal was to have fun and finish the game and play well. Well, when I would do that in the past, I wouldn't enjoy the game after. I'd be pissed off. Well, yesterday I played it completely different. I went in with the idea that this is going to be fun. I'm going to have an enjoyable time, and no matter how shitty or well I played, I was going to enjoy it. And guess what? I played a hell of a lot better. I actually got one eagle, which means you scored, you got the golf ball in the hole 2 strokes under par. Par being the ideal number to hit on the hole. I got a couple birdies, and then I played like shit on a couple holes. So it kind of balanced itself out. Third tip is play with strategy. There's 2 ways of playing golf inside a golf course. New players will go up and they'll hit their drive, and they'll just try and hit the ball as far as possible. Then they'll get up to the ball, and then they're going to wonder what club they're going to hit to get to the green or to the next point of the hole. Okay? Well, when you play with strategy, you play a little bit differently than that. With strategy inside the game of golf, if the hole is 500 yards and I know that I can hit my driver 260, then if I don't have a club that's going to make that gap, I figure out how I'm going to appropriately make that gap in the lowest amount of hits. So in my case, I can drive 300 yards. I can also hit a 7-iron 200 yards, so I get to hit a little bit further than the average person. My consistency is not always the best, but I can do that. So when I go up there and I play this, if I know that I can hit a drive 300 yards and I can hit a 7-iron 200 yards and the pin is 500 yards out, I know that I can technically get on the green in 2. However, if I don't play that way, or if I play a hole that's a little bit different, for instance, say it's 360 yards, right? It wouldn't be the most optimal thing for me to do is hit a drive 300 yards and then try and figure out how to half club the extra 60. Instead, I would do something like hitting a 4-iron and putting myself 240 yards in, and then hitting my pitching wedge the finishing distance, right? Because then I get a full swing and I don't have to figure out that gap. So when we're playing this game of goals, we want to set up strategies where we're not just hitting shit to hit shit and hoping that we get there and then figuring it out as we go. We want to play with the ideal strategy of knowing that I'm going to use this club to get here and this club to put me here, instead of hitting and hoping and then figuring out the gaps. Okay? Fifth thing is keep it simple. Okay? Keep it simple and adjust your club. Okay? We oftentimes go into goals thinking that we're going to use our driver, in this case, the whole game. Well, that's not what's going to happen. Sometimes things need to change as you play the hole, right? If I played a driver off of every shot that I played, I would not score well, and I would probably not get the golf ball where it needed to go very often. However, if you change what you're using to apply to what you're trying to accomplish, you will get to your end target. Okay? Sixth thing goes back to the same thing as number 2. Have fun. Okay? When you stress about what you're doing, you don't enjoy the process. It makes it completely fucking miserable, and you will not have fun. And if you don't have fun, you won't want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, you're not going to get your goals. Right? So it's important that you guys have fun around it and reward yourself for what you've done. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to go treat yourself to a Dairy Queen ice cream. But treating yourself to fun might just be enjoying it and living in the moment. Okay? Sixth thing, or maybe it's 7 now. Seventh thing is don't get angry when you mess up. Okay? This also applies to boxing. I train Muay Thai, so if you haven't watched any of my other videos, you might not know that. I train Muay Thai, but also golf is a game like this, where if I hit a very bad shot, if I shank the hell out of the ball, and let's say I'm on the 17th tee box and I hit it over to the 14th, I have completely fucked up that hole in a sense. However, you can go into this next shot in one of 2 ways: being completely pissed off about it, or just knowing that you did a mistake and you just move forward in the best way you can. If you go into the next shot being pissed off about the mistake that you made, most likely you're going to make another mistake and continue to go in a negative pattern until you finish out the hole. Or you can walk up to the ball, get it back in playing position, and then go from there. So in the case of this, if I was on the 14th hole, there's 3 ways of doing this. I can try and hit back into the green, so I can cut back across and go back into my fairway, which is a strategic approach more often than not. I could go for it and most likely hit the trees that are blocking me, or I could get pissed off and try and do a better approach. Now, most times what we try and do is we try and hit through the trees. Instead, the best approach is usually a lateral shot to put us back into winning position and then play from there. And the last and final tip here, guys, is if you do make a mistake, let it end at that mistake. So golf is great because you have 18 holes of mistakes. You have 18 opportunities to play well. While we're playing an end game of total score over 18 holes, golf is nice because at the end of each hole, after you pull your golf ball out of the cup, you get to start a new hole. That new hole allows you to restart because it's not what you just hit the 3 shots to get to, or the 5 or the 7, or all the mistakes you made. As soon as that hole is done, you now have an opportunity to play a new hole to the best of your ability. So if you're holding on to what happened in the last hole, you're going to play like shit in the future hole. Also, if you're constantly thinking about that past hole, you're not going to be present in the future hole, right? So that means if I'm holding on to baggage in the past, I can't move forward. I can't play my best. And so if you're holding on to the mistake that you made yesterday, or you're holding on to the mistake you made last week, you're not going to be able to move forward in the best positive manner to get to your goals of playing well. And when I say playing well, in this case, you're playing the game of life and getting your results. So there's my 8 or 9 tips, guys, that I learned from playing golf yesterday. I think these are very, very beneficial, and they're applicable to every kind of goal that you have. And if you actually just think about these and apply them in the manner that I kind of explained, you'll learn that everything should be fun. Just like golf, there's strategy, just like in life, there's strategy. There's a way to set yourself up for failure, and there's a way to set yourself up for success. When you narrow your targets to the specific cup and the ideal image and focus, you will achieve your goals a lot better than a broad general focus. And everything else will just fall into place, guys. If you have any questions about this or want to talk more about your goals, figuring out how you can accomplish any goal that is fitness, business, any kind of goal that you have, let's chat and let's see how we can work together to get you to your goals fast, effectively, and fun. Because that's important, because if it's fast, you're going to love it. If it's effective, it's going to be working. And if it's fun, you're going to enjoy yourself in the process as well as the results of the process. So if you want to chat, click the link above and complete the short little form, and let's chat. Let's talk about your goals, and let's see how we can work together to get you to your goals fast, effectively, and fun, guys. Take care.